I want to talk a bit about some of the really intense energies that are up right now, but before I get into it, I just want to let you know that I am offering free 20-minute consultations to anybody who signs up for the mailing list. So all you need to do is go down into the box below, click the link, enter your info, and I'll send you an email to schedule. The energies are very intense right now. In fact, for a couple of years and through the next year, they're going to continue to be very jagged and intense because we've got this square alignment between Saturn and Uranus. Basically what happens here is we bring in Saturn, the principle of resistance and the principle of the status quo and anything that's fixed and solid. We're bringing that head to head with the principle of change, Uranus, the awakener, the liberator, the lightning bolt. So, when you think of all of that energy for change coming head to head with something that doesn't want to move, things get tense, things get brittle, things get sharp, things suddenly break. And we're seeing this again and again and again on so many levels, whether it's the collapse of institutions, collapse of ecological systems, people's mental states just collapsing, all that sort of thing. And then, of course, also the conservative, which is a very Saturn kind of a thing, versus the liberal, which is a more Uranian kind of a thing. And then also the weird kind of amalgams that happen of those things, where you get conservative anarchists or fascist liberals and that sort of thing. It's a very kind of confused alignment, Saturn-Uranus. But you bring Mars into the picture and suddenly things get very intense because Mars always wants to go and push through. So if we just have Mars-Uranus, like for the last couple of weeks, we've been in a Mars-Uranus conjunction. And that, without Saturn in the picture, Mars-Uranus is just like this hyperactive kind of an energy. It's like anything that's been held down is suddenly just bam, liberated. So it's an unleashing kind of an energy, and it's very hard to tame it when it gets revved up. So you might notice over these few weeks that the energy in your body is more intense, or you can't quite wind down in the same way. It's like astrological restless leg syndrome. I mean, you might really have restless leg syndrome right now. Trouble sleeping, being more hair trigger. Yosemite Sam was actually created at a Mars-Uranus alignment. So there you go. January 6th, the last time Mars and Uranus were conjunct. January 6th, 2020. So that's the Mars angle on it. But now we bring Saturn into it, right? So we've got this really hyperactive, liberating, go, 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 blast off, blast through kind of force coming up against a brick wall of resistance. Now, that makes for some incredible tension, right? Saturn, right? We've always got to be careful how we handle Saturn, because the tendency with an energy like this is to feel the resistance, and there will be two ways that we're likely to respond. One, we might just shut down. We might feel that resistance and we might just go, ugh. The other might be to break through the wall, just really, really rev it up and bam. Now, that can work to a certain extent, but it's going to cost a pretty high price for our adrenals, right? You do enough of that, you're going to burn out. So, the thing with Mars and Saturn is always small steps, okay? Deploy that energy in an even, consistent, steady fashion, which with Uranus, kind of rev, it's going to be harder to do that. But another way that we can read Uranus in there is liberation. So what gets liberated when I am able to slow my roll a little bit? See, there are always other ways of reading the planets that fit archetypally. And this can be a really helpful way to kind of gel your mind, right? Because the thoughts that we think will create our realities. This is true. So it's really important to try to keep our minds flexible, and then to also give a better shape to our mind. So rather than think that this is some horrible resistance thing that I've got to manage, it's no. I'm not gonna be too goal oriented. I'm gonna focus on the task in front of me. I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other. I'm gonna work within whatever constraints I need to. This is another very good Saturn-Uranus thing, right? The right constraints, the right structure will liberate me. The right structure and the right pace will liberate me to create what I need to create, to achieve what I need to achieve. So try to let that be your guiding sort of thought for this alignment over the next few weeks. Hopefully that will bring you some peace, and hopefully it will allow you to get something done in a really amazing way. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you next time.